Hi, my name is Rodman Ortel. They call me G-Box. We're down here on Skid Row. This is the Nickel, 5th and Crocker, next to the wall. This wall got a lot of history. I went through my own drug addiction and just learning, you know, going through having my own experience with life down here years ago. I used to smoke crack on this wall. I came down here, I used to sing professionally background with different groups, such as Lakeside, Rolls Royce, George Clinton, them. And I ended up picking up a habit. One year I was on the Joan Rivers show with Lakeside. The next year I was sitting in front of Fred Jordan and sitting down here on the wall with a pipe in my mouth.
Good afternoon, my name is Julius, and we're trying to get into finding out about this art here.
We have Kathleen here from the Hippie Kitchen, which is actually the hospitality kitchen of the Catholic workers.
You got it.
Been here for quite some time.
40 years. Well, we watched a lot of the painters working on this mural, and one of them that was our favorite was Flo, and she used to eat at the kitchen all the time, and she was a really fine artist, and she began to do these portraits in the block-long mural. And so we used to come by after work and stop and talk to her and all, and we said, you know, well, why don't you put some of the people from the movement in? And she said, well, who would you like to have? So we said, well, Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. Up at the top of this left column is Luis Olivares, who was the pastor at the old Plaza Church for many years during the time of the sanctuary movement. And this woman here, Rigoberta Menchú, won the Nobel Peace Prize. It doesn't say what year, and I can't tell you.
So this is Blaze, and we're here at the What I See Can Be Me mural here on 5th and Crocker in town, and we are blessed to have with us Ms. Flo Hawkins.
Well, they set up a scalpel. The Spark people set up a scalpel, and they wanted something on the wall, and I tried to stay myself limited to what I thought they wanted. And when they would go away, then my real nature came out to just do portraits. So I say, what I'm gonna do is do the people that I like. And they put me in the center right there, and I had the opportunity to do as many faces as I could. And I tried to stay within all the ethnic groups I possibly could. Now I started off with them as workers, I guess. So from the bottom, I did MC Hammer.
That's MC Hammer with hair. Down further, we have Michael Jordan with hair. 1993, everybody had hair.
Emilio Zapata, I liked his face. Yeah, now this is James Brown.
Oh, that is James Brown. Secret Figure is a bad thing.
And then up above me is Billy Eckstein.
I thought that was him.
Who I love. And up above that is Miles.
Miles, the one and only.
Well, if you could go over to your right a bit, that's Lady Day. You can see her orchid.
Yeah, with her orchid.
And then you see Coltrane, John Coltrane. And I think this might have been Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
And Flojo.
Flojo, one of my favorite human beings.
Painter that I remember was Mouse. Mouse did that big African face right there.
Right here?
Yes.
Like I got to know the artist that was doing the wall down here and worked with him a long time, you know, downtown.
What's your interpretation of this picture here?
This picture is describing the hardships of black folks, all different races and colors that was down here at that time, that was sleeping in cardboard boxes, that was dealing with the pain of standing in lines, soup lines, and the anger on their faces from being rejected, you know, from place to place. And this picture illustrates that a man that's in a box right there at the top, that he's in a box, but he's going to another whole level of mind. He's off into he's off into another whole room. He got another room drawn up to that level with the light. He's stepping into another door, another light. You know, and this is the other part of it right here up in this point. See, this is where he step out the light into another whole dimension. You know, he's not even human at this point, but he's a spirit right there. You know what I'm saying? No faces.
I hadn't even noticed.
No faces. You see, the faces is gone. Just a spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, folks, so here we are at the second panel of Faces of Honor that you did, people of color. So let's tell you, this I like that other mural, but these are like, you know, I like these guys too. So.
Okay,
and the graffiti
I do too.
hasn't really come down here.
Hasn't affected it,
Yeah.
Well, here we have Prince. I love Prince.
That is 1993.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Then we have Bob Marley.
See, I'm a Bob Marley fan.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then up above.
Exodus.
Okay, and then Dr. Martin Luther King. Above him is Michael Jordan.
With hair.
With hair.
So, for Michael Jordan fans, this is 1993. What else did this gentleman Miles do?
His name is Mouse.
Mouse, sorry.
And Mouse was very prolific in terms of art. But he did work, we worked together. And that's all I know about him. Other than what.
How long have you been a painter?
Since I was 5.
Really?
When I had my first blackboard and chalk.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I have a book out called Sot, because that's what my mother called me.
What?
Sot.
What does that mean?
That's a habitual drunkard. Because she used to frequent the taverns and stuff, and so that's what it is on. I'll send you some more information on Facebook, but right now it's at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and places like that.
But why don't you tell them what it used to look like when you were doing this?
This was like, well, I don't want to, it was like a city of people that had become complacent, didn't want to go any further. They felt that this was home, and it seemed as though society had let them down, and they decided to stay on the street. And as long as they stayed close to each other, they felt protected and safe. It hurts that it's all smeared up, but they had their way of talking too, so I'm sorry they had to use this as an avenue, but no, there was no one here really to protect it, so what can I say?
It has so much sentimental value to me. I just did a video on my single called Will I Still Have Tomorrow, and I used the wall. I made it a point to make sure that the wall was put in my video. It reminds me of where God brought me from, where I don't want to go back. And see, this street is actually much calmer now. It used to be like the Wild Wild West up here. I got in, I went from jumping in and out of limos to jumping in and out of tents, smoking crack. Tents used to be all up and down here. As a matter of fact, check this out. Let me see. My tent was about right here.
Permanent?
Man, look, I had settled in. I had one of the biggest tents. I had one of, we call them condos. If you had a large tent, you had a condo. If you had a small one, you had a single apartment. And I just I'm so thankful, because when I see this wall, it reminds me, and I'm thankful and grateful for grace and mercy, for him sparing me, sparing my life. You feel me? And being able to come back and tell somebody, hey man, this is where I've been. It's not impossible to change.
All right, Julius, so what do you call it, the wall?
I call it, man, art, man. You know what I'm saying? Since I don't care if they sprayed it up, but this was a sign of time, man, that it's never gonna be again.
You sit down, an artist. Flo looked at the white artist.
Right, sure did.
And looked at him and said, I can do this in a day. He said, well, it's supposed to take a month or something. Flo said, I can do it in a day. He said, bet. He got up and he started doing it, and it was gonna take a long time because he did this stroke or that way. Flo got up there and did it in like 2 days, the whole wall.